Hello there, I'm Nick Marshall-McCormack and this is Sport Today, live from the BBC Sports Centre. Coming up on the show, just in the nick of time, Dick Advocat is now responsible for keeping Sunderland in the English Premier League. John Bennett and Manny Jasmy are with me to talk football. Lance Armstrong plans to ride in a charity event at this year's Tour de France, and it's labelled completely disrespectful. And a rookie quits the NFL after just one season over concussion fears. Hello there, wherever you are around the world, welcome to Sport Today. Dutch super coach Dick Advocat is getting his checklist together to turn Sunderland into an English Premier League force again. He'll manage the club till the end of the season as they fight to avoid relegation. Advocat replaces Gus Poyet, who was sacked on Monday after 17 months in charge. The Black Cats are currently just 1 point above 18th place Burnley after just 4 wins in the league this season. They've only scored once in their last 6 games. The 67-year-old has been out of work since leaving as Serbian national coach last November. The BBC's football reporters John Bennett and Manny Jasmy are both here to give me their views. John Bennett, I'll start with you first. What would you say Dick Advocat's blueprint should be for some success?
Well, it's pretty clear where the problems are. You mentioned it, lack of goals, just 1 goal in the last 6 games in all competitions. Too many draws as well. They're failing to take their opportunities to win games. 14 draws this season, more than any other team in the Premier League. And disharmony as well. Disharmony between the board and the management, disharmony between the fans and the management, and possibly in the squad as well. So those are the problems. How does he solve them? That's the conundrum. Get the best out of Jermaine Defoe, his star striker who's only scored 2 goals in 10 games, and also win a key game a week on Sunday. Newcastle against Sunderland, the big derby. That is a chance for Dick Advocat to get the fans behind him. I think if they win that game, that could be the injection they need to stay in the Premier League.
He could put a big stamp on it then, couldn't he, John? Manny Jasmy, it's a tricky task, isn't it? Looking at Dick Advocat's record, he's coached 15 teams in his career, including clubs and countries: Russia, South Korea, Netherlands, PSV Eindhoven. But Zenit St. Petersburg was the last club where he really had success in 2008 with the UEFA Cup there. Does Advocat have the secret formula, though, that's needed for the English Premier League?
Well, he's certainly got the secret formula for not needing to buy a house, because he doesn't stay anywhere very long. After the success with Zenit, he went to the Belgian national team for a few months, at the same time coaching AZ Alkmaar in the Netherlands. Then he quit that to join Russia for a couple of years, took them to the Euro Championships in 2012. Then he went back to PSV for a season. Quit them, had a few months back at AZ, and then he went to Serbia for just 4 months when he quit because they'd had their worst ever start to a European Championship qualifying campaign. So he knows what it's like to stay somewhere for not very long, but I suppose the reason why he knows that is because he's either quit or been sacked.
Matty, you've also been following the Asian World Cup qualifiers. Bhutan have done it. They're through.
They are. The team who were dubbed the worst in the world because they were bottom of FIFA's rankings have just won 2 games back-to-back, and they're through to the next round of World Cup qualifying. They beat Sri Lanka 3-1 on aggregate, and before the first leg, the Sri Lanka coach said that the only player he knew of from Bhutan was Chencho Jelchen, who scored both their goals today and whose name will haunt the dreams of the Sri Lanka coach for the rest of his life, I imagine. So they're through, but frustration for Pakistan and Yemen. Their second leg qualifier was postponed in Lahore for security reasons after the 2 suicide bombings there on Sunday. On Monday, the Pakistan Federation said they could play the game behind closed doors, but FIFA have decided to postpone it and move it to a neutral venue. The losers from today's games really are losers because the World Cup qualifiers in Asia also double up as the Asian Cup qualifiers. So the teams who lost today and are out won't have another competitive match for another 4 years at least.
It's a long time to wait, isn't it, for good competition in football. Matty, thanks very much. John Bennett,